Happy New Year, Erik. It's 1963, and it's still very cold here in New York. I have the heat on as well as fires roaring. In every room there's a fireplace, but we are still a bit cold. All of us except for Hank, that is. Being covered in blue fur does have its benefits, I suppose, especially during the winter. He's the one that we often send to get groceries and such, since a lot of us don't want to venture out into the frostbitten air. He can stand it better than we can, and so it makes more sense for him to go out than us. In fact, I think he enjoys it. Since you were wondering, I might as well have you know that I do plan on going to speak with the CIA at some point about mutants and try to explain to them that we are not as dangerous as they think. Your cooperation in attempting not to do anything rash would be most helpful. I know you believe that humans and mutants cannot coexist peacefully, but that's only true if neither of you try to work through your differences, my friend. As for your location, I do wish you would tell me where you are. Our letters being intercepted is highly unlikely, and my students getting out of the house without my knowing is nigh impossible. Though you are correct on one point. They are very angry with you. Alex especially. I don't understand why, but I believe he felt that he was much like you until you left. He's been through much himself, though nothing compared to you, of course. But I suppose he felt that the both of you shared the same kind of vindictive anger. In a way, he's right, but at the same time, I don't think he quite understood just how much pain you went through to become who you are today. Though I suppose he went through an equal amount of pain to become who he is. That is what happens to all of us. I know you believe that we both have the same desperate want for mutants to be superior to humans. But as I told you that day on the beach, the day you left, my friend, I'm sorry, but we do not. You want to eliminate humans who oppose you. I want to attempt to get through to them that they do not have to fear us. As I said earlier in my letter, you are not helping this cause. You are proving them right by going around the world kidnapping them and showing off your powers in a very frightening way. I don't mean to offend you by saying this, but from what I've heard on the news, as well as on the radio and other such, it is very true. If you show them that you can do good things instead of bad, then I believe the human race would be far more accepting of us as a whole. Now, to the whole reason I wrote you back in the first place. Not that I didn't want to respond, of course, but this was always in the back of my mind while I was reading your letter as well as writing mine. Though it sounds ridiculously foolish, and even perhaps selfish of me to ask why you cut your letter so short, you stopped mid-sentence, and though I have a vague idea as to what you were going to say, I'm worried as to why you did not add those last few words before leaving your post. Is something wrong? Is Raven hurt? Are you hurt? I worry about you, my friend, though you tell me I should not. You may be Homo superior, but you can still be killed like all of us. Metal-bending powers aside. Last but not least, I thank you for the offer to have Emma put up blocks in my mind, so I may forget certain things. But it is not what I would want. I suppose it is not what anyone would want, but in a way I suppose it would be better for some. Forgetting the past only makes the future that much more difficult. I believe that our time together is something I need to keep in mind in order to move forward in my own way. Please, my friend, respond quickly. I'm very worried as to your condition, as well as the conditions of the rest of your brotherhood, as you call them. And I know my students may be angry with you. I would make them be kind to you were you to come home. Please, Erik, come home.